Welcome back inside the Convocation Center here at the University of Texas San Antonio. Luke Meli with you all for this broadcast of Temple women's basketball as the Owls take on the UTSA Roadrunners inside the building where UTSA is undefeated this season at 8-0. Now the Roadrunners are relatively new to this conference. Last season was their first year in AAC play. They matched up twice with Temple, and Temple won both times. First in December at the Liacouras Center, 5 Owls were in double figures that night. They go on to win by 13. Then in matchup number 2, Temple wins it right here inside the Convocation Center in February, 56-48. And those are the only 2 matchups all time between these 2 programs. So UTSA today looking to stay undefeated at home and also knock off Temple for the first time in its program history. Out of the break, it's Temple leading 27-19, 5:52 to play in the second. Owls inbounding on the baseline, going from left to right, but inbounding on the right baseline of the floor. And on the inbound, that ball's knocked out of bounds by Demara Allen for UTSA in the corner. It will stick with Temple, and now the Owls have to inbound from the deep corner, right in front of the UTSA bench on the far side of the floor. Tariana Gary gets it to the far wing. It's Tristan Taylor, Temple's point guard, crosses to the left hand, into the paint, gets clobbered as she up fake, got 2 Roadrunners in the air, and drew the foul in the act. The shot barely got out of her hands because of how hard she got hit. But now Tristan Taylor will head to the free throw line for the Owls. The foul is against Demara Allen for UTSA. Get a world-class education in leadership in Army ROTC. You'll sharpen your skills and work side by side with peers who support your growth. Decide to lead at goarmy.com/ROTC/scholarship. To learn more, contact your on-campus scholarship and enrollment officer, Marco Young, at 215-204-7482 or by email at marco.young@temple.edu. Tristan Taylor knocks down both free throws. The Owls are 7 for 7 from the line. Temple leads 29-19, 5:36 to go in the opening quarter. UTSA basketball on the near wing. It's Linton. Dribbles up top, defended by Savannah Curry to the far wing. Now it's Proctor driving with the right hand to the basket, floats it up and banks it in. Asia Proctor on the board for the first time on her first shot. Temple's lead cut to 29-21, 5:15 to play in the second. It's Savannah Curry being hounded by Proctor now on the near side of the floor. Gives off to Taylor at the top of the key. Crosses into the lane. Dumps it off on the block to Oliver, who lost it. Punches it back out to Rivera. To the near wing, it's Curry. 9 to shoot for the Owls, up top to Taylor, trying to call for a screen. 5 to shoot for Temple. Rivera sets it. Taylor dribbles to the near side, inside the arc, kicks it to Gary, has to fire up a 3 at the shot clock. Buzzer around and out, no good, but Rivera brings in the rebound on the near block for Temple. Outside to Taylor, catch and shoot 3, off the back iron, no good. Rebound Litton for UTSA. Outlets to the far side, on the run, it's Alexis Parker for the Roadrunners. Fakes, turns, shoots with the right hand, only got the backboard. Another offensive rebound for UTSA, and it's put back in by Cheyenne Rowe. More extra opportunities for the Roadrunners. That's offensive rebound number 9 for UTSA, the 10th best offensive rebounding team in the country. They average 16 offensive boards per game, ahead of that pace so far. Rowe was fouled by Savannah Curry, who will head to the bench with her first personal. And Cheyenne Rowe will step to the free throw line. Rowe, in her second season here at UTSA, began her career at James Madison, where she went to the NCAA tournament. That's something that gets brought up a lot in the UTSA locker room as they try and figure out what it takes to win. Rowe bounces in the free throw to complete the three-point play. Temple leads 29-24, 4:25 to go in the first half. On the far wing, it's East. Up top for Rivera. Hands off for Gary. The Owls swing it back to the far side for Taylor. Dumps it down low to the post to Rivera. Goes up, puts it in, and a foul. Anissa Rivera answers 1 and 1 on the other end with one of her own. And Temple's leading scorer from Wednesday night will head to the free throw line after her first bucket of the afternoon. It's the second foul on Cheyenne Rowe as well for UTSA, so she will head to the bench. Jordan Jenkins onto the floor for UTSA. Right now, the big difference in the game is shooting the basketball. Temple 48% from the field to UTSA's 33%. And Temple is 4 of 9 from the three-point line. The Roadrunners 0 of 6 from the outside. Rivera following up a 16-point performance that was joined by 5 rebounds, a block, and 2 steals against North Texas. And she swishes the free throw. It's an 8-point Temple lead, 3 points for Rivera. UTSA going from right to left. On the near side against the Temple full court press, it's Mia Hammonds. Now it's Proctor crossing over to the middle, gets it across half court, defended by Kayla Turner, the Temple guard. On the far wing, it's Alexis Parker. Drives towards the baseline with the right hand, picks up her dribble, kicks it back out for Linton at the top of the key. Drives with the right hand on the far side, fakes, tries to dump it down low. It's stolen away by Tariana Gary. Gary will now bring it across on the near side of the floor for Temple. Gets it up for Turner, who will try and get Temple into its offense. Owls lead 32-24. Taylor gets to the right hand, gets to the near elbow, kicks it back out for Gary, gets to the mid-range, jumps high in the air on the mid-range jumper, missed it short, no good. Rebound bounced around, taken by Proctor for UTSA. Proctor now brings it across half court to the far side. A wide open 3 for Hammonds, missed everything long. East grabs the air ball. Here comes East now for Temple. Brings it across half court, kicks to the far corner. Turner, a catch and shoot 3 off the back rim. No rebound, scoots back to where it came from, and it's rebounded by Jordan Jenkins for UTSA. Rips one inside off the hand of Hammonds, but it goes right to UTSA. Ball bounces around, and finally, East brings it in for Temple. It's the 10th turnover for UTSA so far compared to 6 for Temple. 2:43 to go in the first half. Oliver on the near wing, catch and shoot 3, off back iron, no good. Rebound gathered in by Proctor for UTSA, who will slow things down for the Roadrunners. 2:30 to go in the first half. Temple 32, UTSA 24. Litton on the far side gives off to Proctor, who's trying to orchestrate the offense. The top 2 guards off the floor for UTSA with foul trouble, and Nina De Leon Negron and Sydney Love. Now it's Jordan Jenkins driving from the top of the key. Kicks to the far corner. Litton only 3 on the shot clock. She doesn't realize it. Gives it to Jenkins, who fades, left it short on the jumper. Rebounded by Turner for Temple, and the Owls go the other way. Taylor now darts down the floor. Dumps it inside to Oliver, who couldn't handle the pass. It's dropped out of bounds. It will go back to UTSA. As these two teams, they have run up and down the floor, and it hasn't resulted in a whole lot of scoring. Both teams now on scoring droughts longer than 2 minutes of game time. Temple leads 32-24, 1:57 to play in the first half. UTSA will go from right to left, and now a timeout called by Karen Aston, the 4th-year head coach for the Roadrunners. It's a 30-second timeout, so these teams will stay standing. Still 3 timeouts remaining for UTSA. As on the scoreboard here in the arena, they accidentally mark it off for Temple. Surely they'll fix that here as the first half continues to wind down. So the leading scorers on the Temple side, it's Tariana Gary with 13 points. Tiara East with 9 to lead Temple. On the other end for UTSA, stunning at this point in the game, no player on the Roadrunners with more than 4 points. That's Nina De Leon Negron. And no Roadrunner has made more than 1 field goal in the game so far. We're nearly 20 minutes of game action in. Now, they have spread the basketball around, and pardon me, that was just in the players on the floor. Udo has 6 points on 2 field goals to lead UTSA. It still doesn't change that nobody else has multiple made shots. Roadrunners basketball out of the break. On the near wing, it's Hammond. Up top for Linton. Linton with the right-hand dribble, hands it off for Emma Lucio. Kicks to the near side. Proctor's 3 is long off the rim, trickles to the far corner where it's tracked down by Turner for Temple. Gives off to Curry, who will bring it the other way to East on the near wing. And East will slow down the break as Temple will try and get into some action. It's Kayla Turner, gets a pick from Felicia Jacobs, drives at the right hand, goes to the basket, scoop layup is good. Kayla Turner with her second made bucket. Give Turner 5 points. Temple back ahead by double figures. It's 34-24. Owls lead. 1:07 to play in the first half. Jenkins with it up top. Going at East. Picks up her dribble just outside the free throw line. Gives off now for Hammonds. Hammonds to the near wing. Went to pass down low. Temple had it all covered up. And she slid the pivot foot as she tried not to give it away. It's a turnover anyway. 11 turnovers now for UTSA. Temple taking it from left to right, inbounding it on the baseline. 58.3 seconds to play in the first half, leading by 10. Temple winning the turnover battle with just 7 compared to UTSA's 11, but the Roadrunners winning the rebounding battle 19-14. Kayla Turner brings it across half court for Temple. To the far wing, it's Savannah Curry. Gets to the mid-range on one dribble. Pull-up jumper's short, but she tracks down the rebound. It came right back to her. Curry now on the drive. Flips it off for Jacobs on the far block. Goes to the right-handed hook shot. Left it short. No good. Rebound taken in by Hammonds for UTSA, who will dribble it across to the near side. Lucio at the top of the arc now for the Roadrunners. Spins into the lane against Jacobs. Goes up with the left hand. Missed everything. Offensive rebound taken by Rowe. And she went to back in. And she goes right through Curry. It's an offensive foul. Head coach Diane Richardson with a huge smile on her face after the offensive foul taken by Curry. As Jacobs will head to the bench, and boy, that's a huge foul on Cheyenne Rowe. It's her third foul with just over 20 seconds to go here in the first half. She'll head to the bench. It's Temple basketball ahead 34-24. Final 15 seconds, shot clock unplugged. Up top, it's East. They go to the near side, Turner. Turner down low for Rivera on the baseline. Pull-up jumper, short. Rebound bounces to the far end. Rebound knocked away by Gary, taken by Curry for Temple. And a foul as Curry went to the ground with the basketball. A good break for Temple. The extra effort will get Curry to the free throw line because that's the 5th team foul on UTSA of the quarter, meaning Temple is in the bonus, so Curry will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Savannah Curry so far this season, only free throws number 6 and 7 for the freshman in her first year with the Owls. She's 3 of 5 for what it's worth so far. Curry knocks down the first free throw straight through on the back part of the rim. Curry coming off a 3-point game in 9 minutes against North Texas. Bounces off the front of the rim, the backboard, and in on the second. 2 for 2 for Curry. Temple leads 36-24. Some subs come onto the floor as UTSA has to go the length of the floor from right to left, inbounding on the baseline under the basket. 3.3 seconds on the clock. Felicia Jacobs back in for Temple, picking up Savannah Curry. Maya Linton will inbound as UTSA has a long way to go on the final 3.3. Linton looking, gets it to the middle. It's picked off by Jacobs, floats it up into the lane, off the back rim, no. And that will wrap up the first half here in San Antonio. For the second consecutive game, Temple leads by double digits at the break. It's 36-24, Owls ahead over UTSA, hoping this time they can hang on to that lead and finish off this Texas trip with a victory. Halftime begins here inside the Convocation Center. We'll be back with more after the break from Van Wagner. This is the Temple Sports Network.